Hello and welcome back to the West Coast Davengers. I'm your host, Dave. I'm here with another video, and before we get started, I want you to hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, I want you to subscribe. Drop a comment down below after the video's done, which you should watch to the end. And if you're subscribed, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Okay, so this is part 2 of the collection unboxing. Last week you saw me unbox the comics and just a little taste of the magazines. And this episode is going to involve the 9 boxes of magazines, which are mostly famous monsters of filmland, but he would collect things that he enjoyed as per the artist involved. So there's a little bit more than just the monsters magazines in here. A really cool surprise that I didn't even notice until the end. We're not going to hang around looking at this face in this room. I'm gonna clap my hands, Will. And once I clap my hands...
Hello, ghoulies.
All right, friends. Here we are again. I've explained to you the situation of buying this collection a couple weeks ago, and I showed you the comics last week, but then this week, I'm going to go through the magazine boxes. Now, this selection of magazines is primarily, if not all, Famous Monsters of Filmland, which is a magazine started in the late 50s, 1958, by James Warren and Forrest J. Ackerman. And I think as it goes, there is just a lot of lore in this beginning for like horror fandom. So let's just jump in. I don't really know what I'm looking at or for here, except I do know what the cover of issue 1 looks like. Very famous cover, and actually one of the inspirations for the first issue of Red Room by Ed Piskor. But this guy told me, he's like, oh, it's a little bit of, it's from every era. So somebody, I think, had bought the logo and had started the magazine back up in the 2000s. So there's some of that. So what I'll do is I'm just going to flip through this stuff. I'll show you some cool covers or movies that I love, things of note in my purview. Oh, look at this Tremors anniversary cover. I don't know who does this cover, but an Ash versus the Evil Dead cover. There's Ashley right there. Ash. Oh, here's a San Julian cover of Ash. My eyes could be playing tricks on me when I was originally looking through this, and I looked through it very quickly. But I thought maybe I did see the first issue. Now, here's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive cover of Godzilla. Look, I will say this about most of the issues that I've seen, even some of the older ones, the condition of some of this stuff is absolutely beautiful. So I don't know if this was put together or if this guy bought this collection from somebody. Planet of the Apes. Here's a Richard Corbin cover from 2011. I mean, I don't know what else could be in here. There could be some eerie, there could be some creepy, but I think it's mostly Famous Monsters. And the original cover artist of a lot of this stuff for the original books is Basil Gogos, who's an Egyptian artist that people absolutely love. All right, so we're getting back in time here. We're going 1980, Friday the 13th cover. And we got a 1977 Star Wars cover. Maybe the first Star Wars cover on Famous Monsters, maybe not. Oh, wow. This is cool. All right, so this guy who I bought the collection from, he is the original owner, or this is his collection that he put together. This looks like a note from an eBay person or somebody he bought issues from, and it says, thanks again for another order. You seem to like the film mags as much as I do. Yeah, and apparently to the tune of owning 2 copies of issue 133. I mean, I'm going to be selling this stuff for a while. I know that because I have multiple issues with some of this stuff. But doing my very, very brief research on eBay after I bought this stuff, you know, some of these books that are in really nice condition can go for quite a bit of money. And I think like an average of 20 bucks an issue. And I didn't realize that. He was just like, do you want to buy these? I'm like, I got to give a shout out to the homie Dave Korea because I know we've looked through some of these before and he has a high regard for them. So it's not something that, look at this, look at that. It's not something that I was super familiar with. When I grew up, I was buying Fangoria, and Fangoria does not exist without Famous Monsters. So, you know, this magazine is really the dawn of fandom for the horror genre when it comes to, you know, being able to kind of share it. But I'm gonna keep some of these, especially if it's like a Richard Corbin cover. I don't know if Bernie Wrightson ever did any covers. Ooh, look at this Christopher Lee, issue 84 is Dracula. These with magazines, especially from this era, you know, the cover was very important. Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen this one before. But speaking of Richard Corbin and Bernie Wrightson, Comics International #2. Wow, look at this. 1977 Revenge of Dracula magazine, which is a Warren magazine. Monster World #8, which I don't think it started as Monster World, but if it did, here's some early issues. So I think what I'll do after this box, I'm going to go through all the boxes with the camera off, and we'll come back. And I will show you what I think are the coolest or just what my favorite covers are that I pulled out. Since I'm very new to buying a collection of monster magazines. Another Christopher Lee, issue #84. Oh, see, this is what I was thinking, that there might be some eerie and creepy in here. Here's an eerie 56. Is that our space? Yeah, see, another Friday the 13th issue. So there's going to be doubles in here. There's going to be who knows what else. Swamp Thing, the original movie. Alien. Vader. And then don't forget, who knows, maybe I find a Misfits cover on here because they named their 5th album Famous Monsters of Filmland. Wow, what a cool cover. It's just an all Vader magazine. Oh, I have one of these in the PC, but fantastic Jaws versus Ape. Wow, Basil Gogos doing a Tusken Raider. That's beautiful. 2 Vader heads, better than one. Here's looks like a Basil Gogos King Kong. All right, here we go. Some Richard Corbin, Fantagore Brood. Maybe there's a Fantagore #1 in here. Another one. Oh, there's some Bernie Wrightson art on here. Creepy issue #87. Some more Corbin, Jeremy Brood. Okay, so 2 boxes down, and it's just all awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'll snap my fingers, and you guys will shift an hour of my time in a millisecond. And then I'll show you the coolest stuff that I found in here, all right? Hold on, let me try that again. Ah! Whoa! Yeah. All right. Here we are. I'm done. I looked through all 9 boxes. What's crazy is that it's 9 boxes of magazines, and each box has roughly 65 to 80 magazines in it. So you do the math on that. We're talking over 500 magazines probably. Before we even get to the famous monsters, each box had like 1 or 2 or maybe 10 things in there that weren't famous monsters. And if you did watch last week, which I assume you did, and if you didn't, what are you doing? Go back, watch it. There was some comic stuff in this box, and there was some prints and art that I didn't recognize, but an Andy and Adam Kubert signed, like little promo poster for Action Comics and Batman, the very famous Kubert brothers, and then this cool Will Portacio signed Batman Confidential poster, which was really dope. And then if you watched last week, this man had a lot of Todd McFarlane signed books. Well, the very famous poster book that I put up on my wall as a kid, and one of the things that I really wanted to own when I first started going back into vintage comics, not 1 but 2 copies signed by the Todd father, right there in black. I mean, on the black, in gold. I'm keeping one, and one day you'll be able to buy one of these. This man is a Richard Corbin fan, so he had a lot of different Richard Corbin books, including Eerie and Creepy, different issues with the same cover. Eerie number 86 with a Corbin cover. Creepy 112, Corbin cover. This guy's a big Bernie Wrightson fan, and I know this guy's still holding on to Wrightson stuff, but here's a Creepy number 113 Wrightson cover, and a Wrightson, all Wrightson issue. Just pulled it. There was a bunch of different Eerie's and Creepies in there. I just pulled this one out, number 56. Some more Corbin stuff, Fantagor graphic novels that he did with Jan Stranad. Well, there's Brood, and then there's this one with Jan Stranad. A Creepy number 87 with some Wrightson artwork on the front, and I'm assuming there's going to be Wrightson on the interior. Maybe even some Frazetta. And then Brood, Fantagor Press. So, unfortunately, there was no Famous Monsters number 1 in there. I think the lowest issue that I found was 4, which is pretty cool. But this collection is kind of the definition of insanity. You kind of hope to find every collection like this, because I probably have, let's say there's 150 different issues. I probably have 6 to 10 copies of each. So I'm just going to show off some of the ones that really spoke to me. 135, Mecha Godzilla versus Godzilla. You can even see 2 more copies of this, 114 down here with the Godzilla front cover. Here is issue number 30 with the Bela Lugosi Dracula cover. Here's a low number Eerie that was in there, Eerie number 12. Here was one, so there was a lot of the early to mid 2000s Famous Monsters in there. Multiple copies of this one with a Walking Dead cover, as well as a variant cover for this. It's just a different color, but still. Rick Baker special, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from 2011. Rick Baker, one of the greatest monster makeup SFX guys. Friend of the channel, or friend of a friend of the channel, Dave Correa, does one of his really good friends and somebody he does all prints for. Jason Edvinston did the cover for this, 255 with a Voldemort cover. I have several of Jason's original prints. Here is the issue number 4. It's in really good condition too. Now, this is what I saw when I thought that the first issue was in there, but it is the Forrest J. Ackerman book, and this is, I believe, the first cover. This is what the cover of issue 1 looks like. I just thought this was cool. This guy ordered some stuff directly from, it's not him anyway. Ordered directly from, these envelopes are all from Warren Publishing in New York City. I thought this was a fun little cover, and it's the 1967 yearbook. Multiple copies of this issue, 138 with R2-D2 on the cover. I showed this one off before, but Basil Gogos does a Tusken Raider, issue 147. Multiple copies of this one too. Issue number 163, Jason Voorhees on the cover. And then issue 108 I believe this is a Basil Gogos one, King Kong. But yeah, this is one of the most unique buys that I've ever had because the comics are here and the magazine boxes. This is like almost 20 boxes in total. My back hurts from lifting all of it. This is going to take me a long time to kind of sort through and sell, but you will be able to buy some of this stuff on the channel. And if you're looking for a specific issue, you can always reach out to me via my website, westcoastdavengers.com. I'm always happy to, I price this stuff. It'll be below what you're going to find it on eBay or whatever. Back to you, Dave. That was a fun one. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I may just do a full-on Famous Monsters of Filmland magazine claim sale, or I may just integrate it into the West Coast Wednesday sale. But some of that might have already happened. But you can always message me via my website, westcoastdavengers.com, and ask me if I have certain issues available. There were a lot of doubles, triples, and quadruples in this box, in this collection. So, if you're looking for one or two or whatever, drop me a line. But I enjoy looking through stuff like this, stuff that I'm not familiar with, that it's new to me in a way. Before you leave, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, subscribe, all that shit. I have a podcast called Direct Edition. You can find the links for that below, but it also has its own website, directeditionpodcast.com. It's available on Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, Apple, all the streaming services. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next week with another adventurous episode of the West Coast Davengers.